Melissa Ciummei, welcome to the ICONOCLAST 1-to-1. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for inviting me.
You were on the ICONOCLAST roundtable, and what you said had everybody pretty spellbound at the end of that, and we've had tremendous feedback from those who watched that show, and people really wanted to know more about what you were talking about. And obviously the key message that you were giving was about the vaccine passports. So what's going on?
They're not vaccine passports. They are data passports. They are participation passports, but there's no medical reason behind these. If I had come to you 2 years ago and said, here's what the government want to do. They want to give everybody a chip. They want to put all your medical data and all your financial data onto that chip. That will be your complete ID, and they can control you or shut you out of society from that. Ideally, they'd like to put a quantum tattoo so that they can remotely medicate you. That sounds absolutely insane. That's the road that we are going down right now. This is about a financial reset because the fiat currency has failed, like every other one has before. And in order to keep the game going, they need a new financial system. This is why everybody, no exceptions, has to get one of these passports. This is why there's a drive to get absolutely everybody vaccinated. It's for the new system.
So what's this all been about then in terms of, when they're calling it COVID and, they're saying it's to keep people safe, etc. So has it had nothing to do with that at all?
Nobody seems to be asking why. If you ask somebody, if you stand outside one of these bars and say, why are you using this passport? Nobody has an answer for why. It's certainly not a medical decision. If it doesn't stop you from getting it, doesn't stop you from passing it on. That has been, the CDC have come out with that, Bill Gates have come out with that, Fauci has come out with that, Boris Johnson have come out, they've all come out and announced that. This clinical trial is nothing more than a treatment to reduce symptoms. At best, that's what it has the potential to do. So why would you need a passport to get into somewhere? You would think that would be linked to transmission, so that if taking part in this clinical trial stopped transmission, then there would be a logic behind that. But there's absolutely no data to support that. It's not about anything medical. This is an economic decision, not a medical decision.
Why do they have to reset? Like what's been going on behind the scenes, or in the last? Well, I know we had a crash in 2008. Mm-hmm. So has it been since then? Is this what this is about?
From 1971, we have been on a debt base. That's when the dollar came off. The dollar being the reserve currency came off the gold standard. We entered into a debt-based economy. That has collapsed under its own weight. In 2019, September, there was a crisis in the repo market. It got more and more difficult. That could have been manipulated. There was liquidity pulled out, but that's a different story.
So it's an interesting timing though, isn't it? I mean, September 2019, and then the next thing we know.
Yeah, you had the Bill Gates event 2001 after that. This is a banking crisis. Every fiat currency in history, and there have been thousands, have returned to zero. This is where we are. With the pound and the dollar have already lost over 99% of their value. They're just going to eradicate the other 1%. This is why the money is being printed. The money is being printed so that the central banks can give it out to the hedge fund companies, asset management firms. They're buying up all the actual assets while we are being paid to stay at home and say nothing.
So the central bank, because what I've heard about obviously is a central bank digital currency. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between that then and a fiat currency? Like if this is another reset, is it going to be the same story, or is this going to be different?
The central bank digital currency is the end game. Okay. Along with totalitarian control. In order to bring in a central bank digital currency, you need a digital ID. In order to bring in a digital ID, you need these passports. That will all be combined with a social credit system and a carbon credits system. Central bank digital currency has all the good aspects of a fiat currency for the government and nothing of what is good for us. The only benefit we have of a fiat currency is basically it's backed by nothing. It's a currency because the government say it is so. What we gain from that is privacy. That's what we are going to lose when we move into a central bank digital currency, and they're going to have complete control over every aspect of our finances. They can dictate where in the economy that you can spend it. They can say that you can only spend it in essential goods or on rent. They can fine you at will. They have complete control over every aspect of your finances. Now, when you link that into a social credits concept, they can sanction you or reward you. This has already been trialled in, I think, a province in northern China, where you go from a AAA rating down to a D rating. AAA, you get preference for jobs, your children get preference for schooling. D, they can take your qualifications off you.
They can take your qualifications.
They can take your qualifications.
So they can literally say, no, we can just dismiss anything you've actually achieved in your life.
Yeah.
Just like that. Mm-hmm. How close are we to this?
We are very close to this because of compliance. Everybody has to buy into this. We have watched them move down, the propaganda move down the demographic. This started off with protect the vulnerable. Then it went down the age groups, pregnant women. Now it's children. Everybody, without exception, has to buy into this. This is the new financial system.
Why do they need children? Children are earning, they're not, So right now, why are they after them right now?
Well, they need to condition them, and they still need to be part. Right now, children would still need to be part of the financial system. They also need the data from the children. We're moving into AI technology. Mm-hmm. Data is the new gold. Energy is the new currency. Data is the new gold. With the children, they have them from a young age. They can track their behaviours. AI is only as good as the information that goes into it. So if you are gathering all this data from the children, you can program AI. Under the Obama administration, his last day in office, there was a paper that backed up by MIT that 83% of all jobs earning $20 or less will be automated away by 2030. The future is AI. They need the data.
That's a tremendous number of people, surely.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen to them?
Universal basic income.
So they will be sitting at home getting a basic wage, but they won't be able to actually participate then? Is that what you're saying? Kind
yes.
of in terms of production, in terms of actually leading?
They won't be needed.
Production.
They will not be needed. With the way technology is going, they're expected not to be needed.
Okay, so this sounds absolutely terrifying and complete doom and gloom. Is it inevitable? Are we absolutely going to end up where these people who are organising this actually want us to go?
If we continue to comply, yes. The target is small to medium businesses because they account for 60% of all jobs, and the target is the children. I don't know why anybody would let their child take part in this clinical trial. They're of virtually no risk. There's more risk of them drowning. Even if it was 100% safe and there was long-term data done, why would you let your child participate? There is a push right now, as I say, it's moved down the demographic. The push is now for children. I know in the north, it's only just the vaccination for children only just started. Already 25%, just over 25% of 12 to 15-year-olds have taken part. 56% of children aged 16 to 17 have taken part. They have to get them into the system. So in order for this new financial system, in order to participate in society right now, we have to have these passports. So how can they logically exclude children? How can children go to restaurants? And this is the coercion that they're going to use to get the children. The same coercion that they used for us. They're saying that if they want to go to teen discos, they're doing the exact same thing with children. They are going after the children right now. And I think for anybody who did take part, they were lied to about that it protected others. There is absolutely no...
Well, and also that it was safe. I mean,
Yeah, because there was no... Short-term studies They could maybe say that it was safe, but they were told that it would save others. It doesn't. It doesn't do. It's a selfish act to take. It doesn't do anything for anybody else. So, if they were told from the beginning that you're not really, at best it's treatment to reduce symptoms. You're not covered for the first 2 weeks, but you're not really covered until you get the second one, and it wanes after 6 months. So you're actually only covered for 4 months. This is the information we know right now.
Yeah.
Why would you be getting your children it? If you know that at best it only protects you for 4 months, why would you be getting your children? It's simple. Let's be real, parents. It's so that your children can participate in society. That is the only reason that you are taking them in and getting them it. You're taking a risk so that your children could participate in society. We have to have these passports to participate in society. The next move is that we have to have a central bank digital currency wallet in order to participate in the financial society.
So what do we do? What does the ordinary person in the street do? What does a small business owner do? We need some solutions here, because obviously that is pretty dystopian.
For a small to medium business owner, what they need to do is absolutely do not comply. Their threat is unlawful fines. Their business will be gone anyway. They're under attack. These businesses have to be eradicated in order for the new system to come into place, because they need you dependent on the state for the social credits, the carbon
So you're
credits.
saying that even if they do comply now, essentially they're going to try and find another way to squeeze them out?
Well, they have reduced their footfall. It started with nobody could participate in society. Then it was if you comply, you can participate in society. Then it's going to be if you adopt central bank digital currency, you can participate in society. And then it's going to be social and carbon credits. So for these businesses, they could just decide to, I think it was after World War I, taxes were 90%. They can just go straight into their account and tax them 90%, whatever they want. They have complete control. But they want them gone because they want to eradicate any independence. So they need to not comply. Those businesses, especially restaurants, they're dependent. There's a small profit margin. They're dependent on footfall. The government is dictating who their customer base is. That they're telling them that it's unlawful, that is not true. It's a mandate to serve a particular portion of
Because a lot of
society.
people say, the excuse is, so you're saying, why are businesses participating? Or if you were to stand outside and ask them, well, why have you implemented this then? They will say, we have to, it's the law. So that's not true?
No, it's not the law. It's not the law. It will be challenged. The challenges are being held back. But no, it's not the law. They are complying. Everything is based on compliance. These fines are not lawful. They're being challenged right now. So, but in the meantime, your business is being wiped out. They have subsidised these businesses in order to create a loyalty to the government rather than to the customer. They won't survive